Okay, we are in Japan, Niigata, and this is where it all began for the colorful koi fish. This is also a dedication to the breeders that we visited on this particular trip. There are many other breeders, but due to the time constraints, we were unable to visit them all. So sit back and relax and enjoy this episode. Right, this is how they select the fish in a bowl. And these are the koi ponds in winter. You can see all of them are iced. Walking from one hothouse to the next at Tanaka Koi Farm. One of the Shiroitsuris that was selected as a tatakoi, as a promise for the future, destined for South Africa. And as you can see, some beautiful coloration in terms of its variety. Walking again into the next hothouse. All the fish in winter go indoors and are kept in that fashion. And the fish are all kept inside a hothouse with the temperature that is regulated, and the water temperature is regulated as well. Rob is one of the people that is an agent and distributes around the world, and that's one of the koi breeders. They are very humble, and as you can see here, selecting, their eye is so keen on finding the best, and you can see the selection that he's doing. Here's also another example of indoors, busy selecting the koi fish. There are the particular varieties that are priced, and then there's also what we call bara, which means negotiation. Normally one is planning well ahead and knowing what you want to buy before you go there. You can't just net any fish. So there's a matter of courtesy as well, that protocol that follows, and always helpful for them. They're always helpful to help.
Alright guys, we're here at Cannon Farm now. Just so you see how the snow is here, and then we'll send you a few pics of koi as well. Alright, yeah, that's it.
Hang on. Morning everyone. Just checking in to see if you're all working, because we are.
Right, going into the next hothouse, as you can see, always they have the bowls ready for the fish that you have spotted. And believe you me, there are so many that are there that if you, especially among the small fish, if you select one and it disappears within the other hundreds, you won't find it again. As you can see, moving from one koi breeder to the next, and you can also see the many koi ponds that are in the hills, and all that snow that you're seeing also filtrates and is used into the koi ponds. I've tested the koi pond water, and I've also tested the snow, and I've also tested the water that comes from the mountains, and generally we're looking at a pH of 6.5, 6.6. Yeah, carefully selecting. Once you have the selection, then the photographer comes out taking a photograph of the fish so that we can remember which fish it was. And obviously having some good times together. As you can see there, again, an example of all the farms or the dams that are through the mountains of Niigata. Absolutely beautiful and stunning. And there are more than 500 of them. Another koi breeder, and always welcoming you. As you can see, there's a wide variety of fish, and let me tell you, if you do have a trip to Japan, you better get your savings box out, because what you thought you were going to spend, you're going to spend 10 times more than that. The humbleness of the folk and the knowledge of them is unbelievable when it comes to koi fish. It's part of their life, and the whole family normally gets involved. Terrazzo, one of the well-known breeders. There's just an indication of the snow in the mountains and how that water gets into the koi ponds as well. Another part of selection, and of course we have to show the bonsais being part of the heritage of Japan. The breeders are so well knowledged and are willing to share information, and here you can see even the kettle in the background with the hothouse keeping the temperatures constant and away from the winter chill. The winding roads, there's almost within 2 kilometers you get another breeder. It's quite wonderful to have experienced that. And of course, here is what we call the Tatishta, which means a Tata Koi promise for the future, where you select, and obviously that is more premium, but there are many different price ranges that you can enjoy depending on the size of your wallet and what you want to accomplish. These fish are being filmed and being sent through to the South African market. Everywhere you go, you get signs of koi fish, and everybody lives koi in that vicinity. Even of the drain pipes have got the molding of koi fish, and of the vending machines as well is just koi fish. Many paintings, as you can see, so the heritage is extremely strong, and it is an absolute pleasure to walk through. Every single hothouse has got its own flavor, if you like. Dainichi, one of the well-known breeders and distributed throughout the world. The agents are always around to assist the folk when it comes to distributing and sending off the koi fish, and of course giving some advice of what is good and what is not good. I spoke about pH just now. Most of the filtration is filled with oyster shells to up the pH. There's the vending machine that I spoke about, or one of them at least, and in this particular area, this breeder was very knowledgeable on the health and medication, and I enjoyed that personally. Mike and Hannes, that's busy negotiating and filming off. As you can see, the hundreds of young koi fish. Normally one would film it and in a bowl like this, and then get a better idea.
Much bigger body. This one's a lot cleaner. The Sriracha is a lot whiter. So Yon's.
Right, some more Japanese writing on koi fish, and also Hannes, the CEO of Koi Petco, that's busy selecting. And then another koi breeder. This particularly was really a nice selection of particular koi fish that we enjoyed. And as you can see, koi is shown all over the district, very strong. This is the Koi Museum, and it's a must to go in there and to experience the history and the value of koi fish, and how it comes back, the history of koi fish hundreds of years back. And as you can see, there's all the information inside there of the history of koi, how it began, and the different varieties and so forth. So I spent quite a lot of time in there and enjoyed it very much. Of course there will be koi fish as well there, and that's also where the youngsters and the public go in and feed the fish and everything. All I can tell you about Japan, and especially Niigata, it is spotless, absolutely, and the respect for each other is unbelievable, and it was It was really humbling to go through it. As you can see, even just a garage door that has got koi fish on. There's the drain manhole that I was talking about. Heritage very, very strong in Japan, and the history. They're very, very proud of their history as well. This is now the packaging of one of the breeders and sending koi fish all over the world. And you can see how the packaging gets done. It is flawless. There's always photographs that are there so that the last packer can make sure that the koi fish has been selected for that particular client in that particular country. They're pretty precise. And don't be fooled, some of the koi fish look very alike, but they have a very keen eye. There you can see the photograph on the right hand side, just to verify. And packaging is done unbelievably well, and it's also packaged, whether it's a winter export or a summer export, it's done. There you can see it's numbered and it is precise, it's recorded. So once you go and select a koi fish, it's recorded and it's photographed, and unmistakably you get the right koi fish. They package it very, very properly, within just the right oxygen and the right water levels, and they can also tell you, depending on the size of the box, how many fish will live through the journey and thrive, for that matter, and not be ill. As you can see, this fresh water that has been applied, and then they put a bag in there that basically absorbs ammonia, nitrite inside the bag. Double bag always. You can see how professionally it's done. The whole family gets involved in this. In most instances, the sons, the daughters, the wife also gets involved, and that's their business, and they live koi fish. Very, very knowledgeable. They have a very, very keen eye at young age of what is good and what isn't good. You can see on the left hand side there the oyster shells, again marasai, most beautiful koi fish. There's always something that meets the eye pleasingly, if I can say, at every dealer. It's and breeder, of course. There's just so much to select, and sometimes you get what we call koi fever, where you just want to buy everything. They are just so beautiful. So you got to do your homework correctly in terms of what you want, what you're looking for, or what your client is looking for that matter. In this game, water is everything, and you can see a lot of oxygen. Even when they're packaging, everything is done precise. We always were met with friendly faces and really open to negotiation. Of course, it's a negotiation season, so people from all over the world come through and go and select. It is a hobbyist dream to go to Japan and select your own koi fish, and if you can't do that, of course, the likes of Mike and Hannes that can select and go to Japan and select for you. As you can see, the families always get involved. And then, of course, the negotiation around the table to conclude certain deals. Some are a little bit tougher than others, but the deal, nevertheless, always gets taken place. What I've noticed, that the breeders appreciate when there's a value put on a fish, appreciate the price of the fish, and also why the fish has been priced the way it has been. And if they see that you do recognize that, all the better. You can see how it's bagged in a plastic bag so that the fish do not get injured in any way whatsoever. At this level, not a scale gets broken off or damaged during what we call netting damage. Beautiful kohaku. There's just so much to choose from, and of course the apex of it all, going to Japan, is the all Japanese show, and how they judge. You can see everywhere you go, a again and again is just based on fish, and especially koi fish for that matter. The families are always involved. Sons are generally involved with their father's business. This is a 100-year-old bonsai I had to share with you.
In future episodes, we will go deeper into the history of koi in Japan and koi immunology and so much more. For any burning facts or topics that you as viewer wish to see, leave a comment below. Thank you for tuning in.